All right, guys, we got the 69 Camaro back on the lift, and hopefully this might be, well, it's not going to be for the last time, but hopefully we're going to drop the rear suspension out, and hopefully that will be for the last time. So we actually have, again, on the lift, we're going to drop the rear suspension out. We have the subframe already out, and we're going to prep and go ahead and prime and coat this whole bottom, probably the interior, while we're at it, and paint the firewall. So in preparation for that, we're going to go ahead and drop this whole rear suspension back out. Nothing's tight, so it should come right back out. With all that unhooked, now we're just going to lift the body right up off the suspension once again. There we have it, body back up in the air, completely stripped down from complete back suspension. We did get these bolts tightened up, so we're all good through there. We will pull this cross member. It's actually just sitting there. That's good. Pull it out right now. We have that out. Of course, our subframe connectors are floating in the front right now, but that's fine. Once we bolt this and the subframe back up, we'll bolt that right back up. Like I said, we do have to finish welding a little bit on each side. We'll go ahead and weld those slots up and really tie that into the frame rail sufficiently good. But it's looking really good. We will just go over this, scuff this floor, clean everything up, and be ready to start shooting it. Just a quick little tip here, if you guys are doing a SpeedTech torque arm rear suspension also, then this shock or coilover will sit right in here nice against this bracket. This side will actually keep falling down, and so will the panhard bar. So if you put the bolt, see if I can do this with one hand, you can put the bolt through the panhard bar, attach it into the shock, then it holds both of them. Now you can move that around without that flopping or dragging on the ground. So we'll just grab the front, nice and easy. And now we can just move this to wherever we need it to go. Just like a wheelbarrow. All right, guys, it's time to pull this car back apart. We have our epoxy primer here from Matrix. We're going to shoot everything with that first, and then do the truck bed coating over that. Like I said, we'll shoot everything with the epoxy primer, the inside, the trunk, underneath, the firewall, the cowl. We're getting ready to pull the doors back off too. We already prepped this, but we'll go ahead and scuff that down again and hit it with the epoxy primer. Once that's dry, we'll coat the underneath and probably the inside. I think we're going to do truck bed coating on the inside of the floor too, make it super durable. Probably the trunk area also. And then we'll shoot the whole underneath. And then once that dries, we'll probably have to wait till tomorrow, to be honest with you. Once that dries good, we're actually going to tape it up and shoot the firewall, the cowl, and the door pillars, all that gloss black, base clear. So we'll definitely have to do some taping on that. So for now, let's finish prepping. We're going to pull the doors back off, get them set aside. They don't need to be on. They'll make it much easier to work around. Plus we're going to spray this. So get the doors pulled off. We'll clean up everything, wipe it all down, do a little bit more scuffing. And here is our Raptor liner that we're going to be using. This is tintable, so that should, like I said before, Chris, when he came and looked at it, changed things up on us a little bit. I think it's going to look good. It's going to be a surprise. The underneath is not going to be black, so this is going to give it away because it's tintable. The inside and the trunk will still stay textured Raptor liner black. I think in the trunk area he's going to do the spatter paint later on, but this will make it super durable and it'll look good. So let's finish pulling this apart. You have to trust me on this. This is going to look good. It's not going to be black. All right, guys, on the other side, we have the car completely prepped. And if I sound funny, it's because I got a mask on. So the car's completely prepped. We'll go underneath here. Everything's wiped down, taped up what we need to tape up. And we're getting ready to spray. We have some plastic down on the ground just to help overspray on the floor. I don't really like spraying in here, but we don't have a choice on this car, so let's get spraying. Guys, we got it all coated here. Hopefully you can see that. It turned out really good, I think. Alright guys, we got, excuse me, I got a bit of a cold now. We got all of this sprayed. It looks killer. This stuff is extremely durable. It's pretty well dry. It's the next day, of course. And it looks killer. It's just clean, super clean, durable look. We'll run around. We did get the front of the firewall, as you saw. We are going to block sand some of this and then paint all this gloss black. As we keep coming around, let's go back to the trunk area. This is, like I say, extremely durable. Looks nice and clean. It's, it is textured, but it's a uniform look, and just covers everything up extremely nice. You can't really see on that side, but yeah, everything. To me, it looks good. I think the owner is going to spatter paint this trunk after it's done, and that's fine. You can go right over top of this. But like I said, this. If water was to leak in here, this is a bed liner, so it's not gonna hurt it. You can rinse it out, wash it out, scrub it out, throw stuff in here. He's probably never really gonna haul anything, but if he was to, this would hold up to it. So now let's peek underneath. As we told you before, we were gonna kind of do something different underneath. It's not 100% done yet, but we got the wheel well blacked out, and we did texture coat the frame and the whole underneath in like a gray color. He really liked the look underneath of the natural metal finish. Excuse me. So we ended up, we sprayed this. Well, you know what? Let's just put this up in the air and we'll get a better look at it. All right, that's a little better. Now we can walk underneath. As you can see now, it's a nice texture finish. Same way, Raptor liner actually makes the tintable version. That's what we've sprayed other stuff with. We did everything from whole exterior jobs to under the bed, and now interior and underneath of the car. So this stuff really, like I said, holds up really well. It's got a really nice look to it. As you can see, this was all seam sealed, and now it's textured liner covered and looks extremely well. We'll come up front and then look back. So you can see the contrast here from the gloss black, like the subframe connectors here. Once we get all the suspension in, you'll have that nice shiny axle in there, the aluminum coilovers, and most of it's either black powder coated or aluminum polished. So it's really going to make all that stand out. He was worried if we did all this, that black texture finish, that he would lose some of the detail. And like I said, when he came to check it out, he really liked the look of the natural finish and all the shiny black pieces. We decided to do the wheel well in black, just because when you're peeking through, you don't want a really bright gray. Of course, there is no good break point on the frame rail, so we just left all that gray. But I think it's gonna look good. You might have to trust me on it, but when we get everything buttoned up and bolted back under this thing, it's gonna look good. I'll show around a little bit more. We did everything. Inner tail pan, frame rails all the way back, trunk floor drop-offs. All that looks really good. And this, like I said, this stuff's durable. So stone chips, rock chips are not gonna affect it at all. I'm not sure what he's gonna do with this gas tank. We'll probably end up painting it, I would assume, but yeah, looks good. Now we just need to go. We are, like I said, going to paint the firewall. Right now that's just the epoxy primer. So we're gonna scuff this down, and we'll make a nice clean tape line here. I wasn't really worried about overspray. This kind of wraps back under. You can sand this stuff too. It is a urethane based product, so you can sand this. So we'll make a nice clean tape line right at that seam, and put some paper there, and from there all the way up will be nice gloss shiny black. Even right around on the door jambs, all that's going to be base clear, nice shiny black. So the Camaro's coming along. Like I said, it won't be too much longer, and we'll start hanging all those new parts in. We already mocked everything up, but we'll be bolting it back in for the final time. And of course, we went right to the edge, both sides. Like I said, it looks really good. We got our plugs glued in with our seam seal, just like factory. This isn't like factory, but it's, to me, better than factory. So if you like content, please subscribe. This thing's going to start moving really quick now.